Hey, welcome to another 902 gaming video, and today I'm going to be going over a blue-green deck that's kind of based on two different decks that I saw recently. One was the combo of Tatyova and Awaken the Woods, basically allowing you to have Tatyova act as a Valakut, I guess, was the description that I had heard. Basically, when you have 7 lands in play, every land that you play after 7 becomes a 3/3 flying creature with haste. So you have this combo in the deck, and Awaken the Woods obviously creates X 1/1 forests that can attack instantly. So basically, once you get up to 6 lands, you have this out. You drop your 7th land, one becomes it immediately can become a 3/3 flying haste creature. And then if you cast this on the same turn, basically this allows you to turn this into a big fireball. Tatyova allows you to turn Awaken the Woods into a big fireball. And then we also have Fight Rigging and Reservoir Kraken. Now, I've been playing this card a ton lately, and it's very, very difficult to play around. It's a huge body for 4 mana. It's got Ward, and they can remove it from combat, but then you also get another blocker if you need it, or you basically just get a creature that can't be blocked. So that's very good. But the combo comes in, basically you can cast this on turn 3 and this on turn 4, and you immediately get to flip whatever is under the Hideaway, which hopefully is a Portal to Phyrexia or a Jin-Gitaxias, maybe a Hullbreaker Horror. I have that. Hullbreaker Horror is actually in there just to actually be able to hard cast it. Same with the Jin-Gitaxias. This is the only uncastable really in the deck. We have some ramp, we have some bounce spells, Silver Scrutiny to draw some more cards. Been kind of waffling between Leer and Teferi in this spot, because Teferi and Silver Scrutiny is a nice combo as well. But the amount of counter spells right now that are being played, and this is essentially a double combo deck. It has 2 separate combos in it. They just happen to be in the same colors, which is why I've tried to see if I can actually meld the concept together. It could be that this needs to be 4 and then like 2 or 3 Teferis or whatever the number happens to be, and then you have a combo of Tatyova and Awaken the Woods. You have Fight Rigging and Reservoir Kraken and Silver Scrutiny and Teferi. The other benefit of this of Leer is actually being able to recast Awaken the Woods, because it gets flashback. And we're playing Boseiju basically as your catch-all for artifacts and enchantments and stuff. So essentially this card is not intended to be a land, is intended to be a spell. So I have Malevolent Hermit for the mono blue and the blue-white soldiers that are running a lot of counter spells and stuff. We have some Tamiyo safekeeping as well, maybe against mono black to protect some of our threats, namely something like Fight Rigging, Tatyova, or Reservoir Kraken. Essentially, this really Tamiyo safekeeping and Reservoir Kraken. Essentially, it just they waste the extra mana trying to kill it, and then you can protect it for 1 mana. So it's a lot of synergy there. It's basically just a 1 mana counter spell, and wants something to be able to protect my permanents. And it pairs well with Hullbreaker, and then you have Fading Hope as well. A bunch of 1 mana spells. I have some Make Disappears, just as a catch-all. Maybe this should be Negate. Maybe it should be Disdainful Stroke. I do have some Teferis in the sideboard, and I do have a Hurkyl's Final Meditation, and see if it comes in. Then we have like Titan of Industry as well. We have basically replacements for these. But yeah, so we'll get to some games and see how it turns out. All right, so game 1. Let's see what we're playing against. I have played this deck so far a few times, and it's impressed me quite a bit. Initially, I saw the deck that Saffron Olive had posted on MTG Goldfish on YouTube, and there was a lot of cards in it I didn't like. Namely, I didn't like the fact that it was playing red, even though red is good for the removal side of it. I just thought maybe a straight blue-green version would work well. Okay, that's not a good hand. That's not a good hand either. All right, I guess I got to keep this, and then this and the land can go to the bottom. So now hopefully I'll probably have to do this on 2, this on 3 if I draw land, and then this on 4, and then I get to resolve whatever is underneath the fight rigging. I have full control just in case. Maybe fake Fading Hope or something. Now Thalia is also a big problem for this deck. Okay, that's fine. Just play this. Pass the turn. Now I'll probably have to just use this as a straight just card draw, like scry 2 and draw 1. That doesn't do anything. Okay. I have 4 cards and you have... It didn't gain them anything. Okay. Maybe they were testing for a... Oof. Both of those on the bottom. Draw land. There we go. Okay. So now we can play this and cast Fight Rigging. Now they could have a Disenchant or something like that, but I basically don't have a choice. I have to run it out. So, all right, we get the Portal to Phyrexia. Now next turn we cast Portal to Phyrexia if they don't remove our Fight Rigging. This is an instance where like something like Tamiyo's Safekeeping would be good, because I could actually stop. Okay, that's flipping. Nice. But now my portal will come out. Okay. Main. Play land. Play the Kraken. Resolve. That gets a counter. We'll cast this. Nice turn 4 portal to Phyrexia. And the combo went off. So now likely to see more. This is probably an instance where this comes in, the Hullbreaker Horror goes out. I probably want those. Probably don't want Jin-Gitaxias in. I probably want the Safekeeping. I'm gonna cut down a bit on those and bring in the Safekeeping. And then I like to have these in somehow. So they likely have a bunch of removal spells. So Tatyova, keep one Tatyova in and I'll cut a Mirror Hall. All right, let's try that. I think the Teamer version that I saw that Seth was playing, I think was running Cityscape Leveler as well. But in practice, that card didn't seem very good. It's 8 mana to remove 1 spell, or to remove 1 permanent. So they're likely going to bring in a bunch of Disenchant effects, I imagine. I probably could have gotten rid of the Fight Rigging maybe and went more creature based, but I didn't see any evidence of any artifact or enchantment removal. That is the one downside of this deck. So there's no removal in it. So that could mean I might have to branch out to to black or to white for, maybe depopulate, maybe black with maybe drag to the bottom, something like that, some type of mass removal. Well, opponent conceded, so I don't really know if anybody else is really onto this kind of thing. I did see Seth play against somebody that was playing this, but they were putting things like the Ancient Silverback or the 5 mana 5/7 from Brothers War, and I don't think that was the way to go. I think you just want the most powerful spell in Standard right now, and I think the most powerful spell is Portal to Phyrexia. All right, we'll try again. On to game 2. All right, so we're into game 2. I'm just waiting for an opponent. I think this has the potential to be banned. I think this 2-card combo reminds me of the old Saheeli combo with the Felidar. or basically turn 3, then turn 4, and then you basically win. I have fight rigging, and I think I have to mulligan. Okay. We'll put a fight rigging off the bottom. And the other good thing about this too is sometimes you'll actually hit a fight rigging off of the fight rigging. And then you can basically do it again. So then the following turn, as long as the Kraken survives, you get to do it again. So this is why I said as well that the mono blue matchup or anything running super cheap counter spells tends to be a difficult matchup. So they have make disappear here. Okay, draw. We're going to main. We're going to play the island and then pass the turn. They could also have Infernal Grasp as well there. But I don't want that. And don't. I think I'm going to keep the land because I'm drawing it anyway. As long as it's not another land. Okay, Tatiova is okay. We'll play this. Play fight rigging. Resolve. We'll put Gingiataxis underneath. And hopefully my opponent has no way to remove the fight rigging. Okay. So they could have a cut here. I mean, Spell Pierce doesn't do anything, so there's nothing they could really play here that would stop this from going off. So the first, yeah, they don't have an answer to that. So Hullbreaker, this goes out. We'll bring in Teferi again. Bring in the safekeeping. I think the Hermit wants to come in. And I think we'll bring a Titan. And then we'll probably take out Tatiova. And potentially cut some. Actually, I don't want to cut there. Potentially some of this combo. And I maybe go a little more controlling. We'll try this. Basically just trying to work out the deck and the sideboard and everything else. So we'll see what happens. We have 2 uncastables. We got a mulligan. Likely gonna lose this match, but this particular game, but we're gonna try it anyways. It's not a great start. This is a really bad hand actually, and it got worse. So you can run into this sort of thing. It's not much different than, you know, when you used to be able to cast Ulamog, or you draw like all 4 of your Ulamogs or something like that. So it's not much different there. We gotta keep this up. I mean, we do have this, which can take care of a random permanence. All right, so it's getting worse. I think this targets a land too, doesn't it? Non-basic land, yeah. So they are essentially just going all in on likely having a bunch of counter spells. So I'll just play land, pass the turn. No need to run out fight rigging at this point. I mean, as long as I keep making land drops, these eventually will hit the board. So they can only... yeah, let's go. Definitely have a counter spell over there, but don't think there's anything in those colors that can... Well, this is where we kind of hit a snag. All right. I mean, I have 3 of the 6 in my hand, so doesn't particularly matter. They could have a bounce spell, I suppose. Bounce it back to my hand, though that would be all right for me. They could be Cruelty of Gix, maybe. So you get to pick 1 out of the 5. Wow. Okay. We'll use this. So 5, 6, 7. I really need some action, but I also want the land. So I'm gonna put 1 on the bottom and draw 1. I don't want to draw land here. Okay, that's fine. Play land. We'll drop another fight rigging. See if this one resolves. They don't have counterspell. They're not representing one anyway. Alright, put the Kraken under. That was a pretty bad. I had 2, 4 lands and fight rigging and 2 joint explorations there. Not the best. Alright. Maybe this should be like dissipate or something. Not sure. It's no good now, especially if they have anything huge to cast. Yeah. This is fine. I could have made them tap out, but without anything to back it up with, it doesn't particularly matter. Well, that's bad. That is just bad. Yep. So we see sort of the flaw in the combo. It's not a whole lot I can do about it. Oof. Just gets worse and worse. Horrible draws. Horrible, horrible draws. We'll probably let them kill it if they decide to do that. Yep. Oh, they have Rona's Vortex, so they can put those underneath anytime they want to. That's fine. Nope. So they're just straight up control. I should have left in the Hullbreaker Horrors. I suppose I could have kept the suppose I could have kept them in, but now, right now would be the perfect time to draw land. Need to draw land here. G. They don't have Invoke Despair. They don't really have a lot going on over there. It looks like just a plain old 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll concede. Yeah, I think I should have just kept that land. I would have been able to slam a Jitaxis that turn. So we definitely want that back in there. This can come out, and this can come out. Yeah, so now that I know they're playing counter spells, I definitely want to go this route. Oops. 59. Oh yeah, I cut down these. Let's go with... Actually, I think I want to do that instead. We got the combo, so I do have this in hand, but okay. Didn't see a Fading Hope either at any point. They had a pretty good draw there too, I gotta say. Yeah. Okay. They could Rona. They could bounce it. But they could also Infernal Grasp it for 4 mana if they wanted to. It's totally fine. Yep. That's not good. Alright. Go to combat. They could have another Shieldra, that's probably why they're going to leave it up the block. Or they won't. It's fine too. So they know about these two. This I can cast for 5 mana, draw 3 cards. Okay. Sure. They could have their own make disappear here. They don't. This is a pretty terrible draw. Okay. Not seeing a whole lot that I'm going to be able to do here. So 4, 5, 6. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. Oh, I should have kept this. It's dumb. Just attack again. I can do this on my upkeep, though, I think. Stop at upkeep. Okay, so before I draw a card, I can bounce it. So they could have made a token here and then tapped it if they wanted to. Okay. Well, if they have a way to deal me 2 damage, then I'm dead. But I still have this too, I guess, but it's fine. They have no way of stopping this. So they would need to have tap over something. Yes. Now I will force. And let's see what they have. If they have a counter spell, it would be great because then I win the game. Yep, that's fine. Spell. Oh, they can't spell pierce this, so. Oh wait, what happened? Oh, they did damage to me. Oh, I'm dumb. I thought they were drawing cards. That was stupid. Yeah, I forgot about that card. Whoops, that was my mistake. I shouldn't have taken the damage. I forgot about the burn spell. I forgot that that did damage to opponent. Yeah, it was stupid. Let's see how this actually goes. I'm going to keep. I do have 3 into 4, so that's fine. Okay. Didn't need to see another land there. Actually, I probably should have played the forest, but I don't think I want to play this. I don't think I want to just run this out. Not yet, anyway. They keep a 1-lander? No. Okay, good. I was going to say. That's bad. Yep. I did play my mana wrong there. I should have been able to run this out last turn. Or I should have played my mana so I could run it out. Yeah. It's game over. Too many lands. 10 cards, 7 lands. Too many. So mono black. I'm gonna bring those in. This comes out. This comes out. Might bring that in. This goes out. And that's it. I should have had it. So again, another mistake that I made. I should have had it where I could play Tatyova on turn 3, because then even if they killed it, it would set them back a turn. Not have that, then I could have set up with the Kraken the following turn. So I did make a misplay there. All right, let's try it again. Sure. I do like the Mirror Hall for this matchup to be able to copy Shieldred. Well, that's not what this deck wants to see, deck. Come on now. Again, more lands. This is equal to, yeah, it's equal. Yep. Sure. Now, 7 mana play next turn would be great. We'll discard this. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's exiled. Wow. All right. A land I can start making tokens with Argoth as well. Yep. Actually, even with this, I can start making bear tokens. Wow. That would have been good if I actually could have had an island in play. It's pretty much GG's at this point, but that would be a fantastic time for the Mirror Hall, but it's already gone. This person's playing this card, which I found to be pretty terrible, but hey, if it works, it works. They'll take 6 next turn. Take 4, 6. I'll go to 8. 6, 6, 12. I have too many turns. All right, I'm gonna block. We got a scoop. Not getting through that at all, unfortunately. Had I had another blue source there on turn 4 when they didn't have anything out, I would have been able to cast the Kraken. So that was kind of terrible. All right, so that's it for those matches. You saw in a couple of games where you basically get the combo off and you just smack the opponent out, basically outright win the game. All right, so as you saw there was, I had a few matches where the combo went off on turn 4 and essentially just won me the game. So I think just that ability alone means there is some merit to playing this combo of the Fight Rigging and the Reservoir Kraken. Whether that means including Tatyova and Awaken the Woods, maybe not. Maybe you just want to play hard counters, more card draw, basically just lock up the game and then be able to win. I wanted to make it a little bit fun, a little bit more, combo-y style of deck. I like decks that can contain two card combos in them. So like Tatyova and this, maybe something in and around this area. I don't know if just Fight Rigging. Maybe these don't need to be in the deck. Maybe this can just be straight into the sideboard and just play like Hullbreaker Horrors. I'm not 100% sure where it should go from there. Maybe Fading Hope. Maybe I want to introduce something like white or black. Either go like Sultai or Bant or something. Bant might be pretty good because I get the Tri-Land and have stuff like Depopulate. But I did have a couple of mistakes in those games, so they weren't too indicative of the deck. The outcome might have been slightly different had I played it slightly differently. The bad matchup was the mono black one where they basically curved out and I had nothing left, and like turn 1 Duress into turn 3 Liliana into turn 4 Shieldred into turn 5 Invoke Despair is it's going to beat any deck. You're not beating that draw from them, right? So, yeah, that's the deck. I think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's viable. I think there's some stuff that can be changed. Maybe this and this, and then this one. Get this out of here. Like maybe these two separate combos need to be in separate decks altogether. Maybe they don't need to be in this. But I do think as well, I think Joint Exploration, Portal to Phyrexia, and Jinja Taxis right now are poised to be basically lock your opponent completely out of the game. As you saw in that Grixis matchup, they were just board control and then drop this, and basically your opponent really can't ever do anything. So that's pretty sweet. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and look forward to having some more coming up. I'm not sure what I'm going to be trying out next. What I tend to try to do is I try to find decks that are somebody's already played, and then I try to tune them a bit or play them and see how they turn out. I haven't seen anything new come around. It's still basically mono blue. It's still Grixis. It's still a lot of Esper. They're all basically the same. And, you know, like with this deck here, I basically have to try to come up with it on my own. It's not always the best, but I do try. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.